It's mid-June and we're gonna walk through the garden again. My foxgloves are looking so good. They're still going. I cut a couple of them down to try to encourage some more side shoots because the side shoots are just as cute as the main stems. They're just not as tall. So you can see these are the original spires and these are the side shoots that are coming up. My lilies are getting really big and I'm still fighting lily beetles. I don't see them much anymore, but they're definitely here because there's still damage. I just occasionally, very occasionally, I'll see one and I'll pick them off and throw them away, but it's a struggle. Let's see, what are some new things that are in bloom? Well, my California poppies are, well, they're closed right now because it's evening time, but you can see there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, let me walk back here. And the hydrangeas, the panicle hydrangeas are just starting to form, and I'll show you that in a second, but lilies holding down the fort. The snapdragons are definitely coming into their prime, and I am just now starting to get the purple blooming oregano going. I have the purple ones and then I have the green ones, and the green ones always bloom after, but it's kind of nice because then they're spread out. This, I thought it died in the winter and then it came back. It's a really super duper cute hardy fuchsia and I love it so much. It's so tiny and so cute. I'm slowly working at my swap pile, so that's still ongoing. I'm almost done. I just have a couple left to do, mostly because I have to actually make space for them. I accidentally smashed this little snapdragon, so it doesn't look as good as its friends, but they're here. I've forgotten what these bulbs are, but they're here. I think they are, oh my gosh, something is screaming and beeping. I forgot my train of thought. Oh, these guys. I can't remember because I got distracted, so I'll remember them later. Anyway, my tree here, the panicle vanilla strawberry, has its little panicles forming, and that's very exciting. So I've just been watering it, trying to get it to grow. This is my beautiful maple that is so pretty now, deep purple colored. This is still pretty as ever, although I am starting to see some leaf scorch. I'll prune it back eventually. Just, it's still pretty, so I'm gonna let it go for a minute. I pruned back the honeysuckle because it was looking real bad. This thing has been here for so long and it has never liked this spot, so I might try to transplant it, like cut it down and then pull it out and put something else in here, because I just don't think that this is its place. It's just been really struggling. It's struggling even compared to the rose that I just put in this year, and this should have been, you know, way smaller. This is Kiss Me Kate, and it's almost blooming. It's really pretty. I already like it. My pot of annuals for a bit of color. Let's keep walking. Well, this is the garden in June, and it's looking a little gray just because it's evening time, but we'll walk through it real quick. I don't know if I have a whole lot of new things to share this month, at least right now. Oh, I have some red California poppies that have started coming in. These are new seeds that I spread this year to try to diversify my California poppy population. I have cream and orange, and now I have red. So very exciting. Lots and lots of new growth incoming on the daylilies. So there's a bunch of flower spikes. It's probably going to take a minute for them to really come through for me, but that's okay. Here I've got a salvia that's coming back. It's just starting to produce a little bit, just a little bit of color. I'm sort of in this weird in-between stage right now where I don't have a whole lot of color happening, and it's kind of sad, especially after the such bright spring, but that's where we're at. So some of the alliums are starting to bloom, and then I've got some white larkspur coming in. The blue clematis is still blooming. I just deadheaded it to try to get some more blooms out of it. Lilies, you know, everything's kind of preparing for the summer blooms, right? So we've made it past, oh my god, I see one of these asshole beetles. I gotta get it before it drops on the ground. No, we don't get to drop. Okay, hold on. You gotta kill them on sight because they are incredibly destructive. Anyway, yeah, so we're in this weird lull between the, you know, the most of the spring blooms have gone, and look at this beautiful view. Oh, so good. Anyway, but the summer blooms haven't gotten here yet. You know, these guys are still forming, so they're gonna take a couple weeks. And I have a couple of things like these panicle hydrangeas, and but you know, other than that, not much. There's a lot of new stuff that I got from the swap that are going in. I'm kind of using this area as my nursery area because there's irrigation here, and it gets sun, but it's not super aggressive sun. So hopefully this will be enough to keep it pretty happy. This is a Cecil Brunner rose. I'm gonna put some stuff for it to climb up on here eventually, but it's very small. It's gonna take a very long time before it can climb. The irises are there. Again, just holding space for them for a minute. I cut down most of my perennial cornflowers, and these are new growth after I entirely cut down all of them because they were starting to get powdery mildew, and I had to cut them back. This rose got absolutely destroyed during the painting of the fence. I think I may need to completely cut it back, and hopefully it'll re-sprout, but it's really suffering. I need to cut it. More perennial blooms. This is one of the panicle hydrangeas, still very young, still no blooms on it. Oh, this poor thing is just so damaged. So it really did not like being here. This didn't do that great either, to be honest. I'm losing a lot of blooms here, but I think I'm just gonna cut it all back and then they'll flush out again. And that's probably the way to handle that. My blueberries are all still netted and almost there, but not quite. Hydrangeas, this is Little Lime. Oh no, this is Limelight, and it's gonna get humongous someday, but right now it's still okay sized, about knee height, starting to produce. My mock orange is on its way out. It's almost done. Somebody traded me these, oh my gosh, what are they called? They are called Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, and I'm so excited. I love these so much. So I am waiting for Prairie Sun to come in. They're not gonna bloom, if at all, this year because they're perennials, but that's okay. And then I've got these two special plants. This is a Yacon, and this is a Crosney, and they are both tubers, and they're here with irrigation because I'm going to grow these tubers for next year. And then behind here is a really, really angry looking azalea. It really did not like being in the sun. I thought it could be in the sun. I was wrong. So it has to be hiding back there. Here is my jasmine, star jasmine, my fruit trees that are just, these guys are all new. So they're just here absorbing energy for the summer. That one's new too. They're not going to do much. I will prune them back this winter, give them some actual structure. This is the kiwi vine, and it has the tiniest baby little kiwis right now, and it's so funny because it's way too small to make fruit, but you know, it'll do what it wants. I've been making a new bed right here, and let me show you what happens with the beds. I just fill it with whatever garbage I find around the yard. So dirt, clippings, trimmings, whatever, and then I'll take off all the tape off the cardboard, and I'll lay the cardboard down, and then I'll put soil on top, like garden soil on top, and that's how I fill my beds. So this will be a greens growing area because even though the sun comes from this side, there's a lot of shade or dappled shade because it's actually quite shaded by everything else that's around here, including the trellis. Speaking of trellis, let us look at the trellis progress. So getting big. This one keeps trying to escape off of the trellis, so I need to really put it back on because it's really struggling to stay on. But my cucumber made it. I can't believe it. It actually grew. And both the cucumbers made it. The pepper also is kind of making it, but it's not going to be big enough to make any fruit, so I'll probably pull it out. Lettuce, humongous already. I got to figure out what to do with that. Tomatillos, really, really happy, making blooms. And then I've got beans over here. You can see the squash making itself known, and you can see it's already like jumped across the gap, so it's gonna make it across. This one's also pretty much made it to the top of the trellis. I've got to get something to clip this guy down because this is not good. I managed to get it to turn almost all the way, so I think I can just clip it now. Ooh, don't do that. Oh, it's cut onto everything, but I'm gonna clip it onto the trellis and then it'll grow that way. More trellis. This is a ground cherry. Oh, it's already got fruit. Oh my gosh. Okay, look how exciting this is. Little fruit. Oh, can you see? No, you cannot right there. Little fruit and little baby fruit. So cute. So these are only good when the fruit drops on the ground. So it looks like this, but you really have to wait for the fruit to drop. Otherwise, it's really tart and kind of gross. But once it's actually ripe and it drops down, it looks awesome. These are my ginormous marigolds. These remind me of my grandma because she always had these in the house for some reason. This color even reminds me of her. These are my mixed sunflowers. These should be short sunflowers. They are really fighting each other for space, but that's how it is, so they'll figure it out. And these are my big sunflowers that are really coming along. I planted the mock orange in the ground. It's beautiful. I love it. I really wanted to have sort of a closure in this area, a narrowing. So it's gonna come this way. There's some stuff that will grow here eventually. And there's a maple here. And when the maple gets big, the maple will come out like this, you know, like this kind of shape. And so that will help cover some of this. This area is still a mess. This is the only progress I've made in this area, frankly. So I still need to do a lot of work here. I'm not sure whether I will get to any work here, but it is what it is, you know. Garden when I have time. These are my ginormous lilies, and let's see, maybe we can, I don't see too much beetle damage on these actually, so maybe they're okay for now. We can move on. This leads into my little Japanese maple area. Really beautiful. I love it. I think it looks gorgeous. Oh, my lights just came on, so you get to see partially what it's gonna look like. This is one of my new lilies that I traded for. Yeah, it's a Japanese lily. I have some new Japanese maples back there. One of them's planted in the ground, the other one is not. And this tiny little guy is also going to go in the ground, although it's getting a little sunburned, so it's definitely need to go in the ground ASAP to try to give it some shade. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this jasmine. It's a winter jasmine, the yellow jasmine. I'll figure it out. But all of these are looking really good. This rose, I cut it back really severely and it is flushing back out. That's a really loud plane. Oh, it's a helicopter. Oh. I cut it back very severely and it is blooming like crazy. It's coming back. So I've got this really lovely bunch here. This kind of hot pink color. And lots of little things that are not established. This is hollyhock. I've got some thyme, some very new iris, so they're barely alive, but they'll be fine. They just need some time to establish. And then I've moved my pots off of the walkway because it was really in the way, and put some mulch here so that I can run irrigation under the mulch out to here. So I'll probably have that done maybe tomorrow, or I don't know, a couple days from now. And I've put in some annuals just here for some color, and some annuals underneath this I think it's a Sarayu maple. So yeah, let's see, my vegetables, oh my gosh, peas are doing well, starting to bloom. And carrots, I've got peas on this side too, but you can see this side was planted first and then this side, so I've got a nice succession plant happening. So much lettuce, oh my gosh, I am in lettuce, just so much lettuce, I don't even know. Look at this beautiful red. Although this is a little crazy, let me fix the light. There you go. These are all cauliflowers. We planted a lot of cauliflower this year, so we're gonna have to eat a lot of cauliflowers and a lot of lettuce. A lot of lettuce. So much lettuce. Look at all the lettuce. These are the zinnias. They are very late summer, so I wouldn't expect to see anything from them for a long time. I mean, they're just gonna be leafy and pretty. And my artichokes, oh my gosh, look how many there are. They look amazing. Yeah. On this side, we've got kale that's going. Some of these squash on this side is starting to get bigger and starting to actually be pulling itself up into the trellis structure. Sorry, I don't know how to make cameras work, I guess. Yeah, so starting to actually grow and pull itself up significantly. The roses are beautiful and amazing. I'm really excited about that. I've been hunting for caterpillars because we're definitely coming into prime caterpillar season here, so you can see. And I have cauliflower Well, this one's all closed off. Oh, that one's ready. That one's got to be cut. I'll show you from the other side. But you can see there's a cauliflower in there. There's probably a cauliflower in here. Tiny baby cauliflower. So the cauliflowers are ready. My roses were getting eaten by the same stupid caterpillars. So they apparently also eat roses. Who knew? Not me. So I've got to go and like check every leaf and kill them off. They hide on the back of the leaf, and I try to find them and crush them. Is how I deal with them. You can also spray them with BT, which I will also do shortly. I just don't have time to do that yet. And my beautiful, beautiful fennel. Oh my gosh, I love the fennel. Bulb fennel. I don't even know how to eat bulb fennel, but they're so pretty. I don't care. This is another squash that is getting ginormous. That's what we want to see. Really, really large structure. And yeah, I'll be pulling off the shoots and cooking them again. As I mentioned before, this is more squash. More squash. The squash keeps trying to grow in the wrong direction and climbing onto other things, which is not helpful. I cut off a whole bunch of arugula to try to cook them this week. They're getting kind of bitter, so I think it's time to pull them, so I'll probably do that. I've got some Russian kale that just came up on its own. We'll talk about those later, but I just wanted to show you the cauliflower that is definitely ready. So I've taken out, there was a cauliflower right here, that's where the gap is, and I put in some basil in there. So I'll put in some herbs or something to fill up the space. I don't even really need to. The bed has mulch on it, so it'll be fine. There's some sweet peas growing along the side here, so I'm sure the peas will appreciate actually getting some space back, some light. These are all sweet peas. I don't even remember planting them, but they're here. And you can see the roses. Oh, Eden roses are they're just so spectacular. Let me show you the white one, or the light pink. It's not the white. I don't have the white. But the light pink is just, my God, so gorgeous. Let me show you some stuff on this side. So my cilantro is obviously not happy anymore because it's been hot, but it is producing flowers and starting to do its thing. Although this one's looking really, really sad actually, so maybe it needs some more water or something. And then I'm gonna pull out the arugula. It's getting too bitter. I'm just gonna compost it. It's no longer edible in my opinion. It's getting real bitter. The raku is doing fine. There's all sorts of weird stuff growing in here, and I've just let it go because I can't track anymore. It's hard to see. It's getting dark now, but these are the really, really pretty blue cornflowers. I think I'm just gonna cut a pile of this and bring it inside. I think that's the way. More lilies. These are new lilies, so they're small. And the sunflowers. So I said I wanted them about the size of my face. I think that is clearly not going to happen. They are already taller than me. That's okay. I like giant sunflowers too. Some of my dahlias are just now coming in. Here's one that is starting to bloom. He'll probably be ready tomorrow. Here's another one that is blooming. Really, really pretty. I've already cut some and brought them inside. I cut the penstemon back, and I just, I'm just letting everything go and seeing what happens. Cosmos getting enormous. No blooms though, so we'll see. Man, these also got really huge. The hollyhocks and zinnias, they're all just fighting for space over here. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's some spinach in here, Malabar spinach. I'm not sure they're gonna get enough sun to grow, so we'll see. I'm surprised because the stalk has kept on blooming, but they have these big old seed pods. So I guess I'll just leave it and maybe collect the seeds and throw them elsewhere in the garden. I've been meaning to collect the chamomile, but I just haven't had time. I just don't have time to do anything these days. Lots of flowers in progress. Oh, I'm starting to see some bolting of the Love in a Mist or Nigella, so that's exciting. And then my dill the bouquet dill is coming up and making big old flower heads, as they should, because they're called bouquet. And then I've got dill mixed in with cosmos just to make life more difficult. And then I've also got fennel down here, which is really dark to see now, so it's hard to be able to see it, but you can see I have nighttime lighting everywhere to make it easier to see when I'm out here in the evening. And that is the late June garden, or mid-June garden. Bye.